Hi everyone, good afternoon. I hope you're well. It seems a bit early to say good afternoon, but it is. So, thanks for tuning in today. Today, I'm going to guide you through a 30-minute guided meditation. This particular meditation that I'm going to take us through today is fantastic for anxiety, even if you're not a sufferer yourself. It's just a really nice way to regain focus, a good sense of calm and clarity within the body and the mind. So, I've shared the playlist for you in the chat. It is different to the one that we usually use. Um, so the reason today's playlist is different, it's one style of music throughout, and that will just help you maintain that focus and get a little bit deeper today. Now we've been practicing for a few weeks. Even if it is your first time and you're brand new to meditation, tuning into a guided form is a great way to introduce yourself to it. So I hope you enjoy it. So make sure you're in a nice quiet space. There will be 3 gongs that go off throughout this meditation. The first gong will just mark 1 minute once we start, just to allow you to get any fidgets out of the way. And then there'll be another gong that will go 10 minutes in and then 10 minutes to finish. So the meditation in total is around 20 minutes. And that just gives us time before and after just to have a discussion if you want to, or just to tune out and pause before you go about the day. So, if you've got the playlist, you can press play on that now. Take a moment to close down your eyes. And we're just going to take a minute now just to get comfortable. And in these moments, I want you to just feel that you're in the mind and the body with a bit of a mindful check in. So, feeling sensations, seeing if there's any way you're holding on to tightness in the body. And just taking a moment just to tune into your mood, and whatever that mood is right now, don't judge it, don't label it, just accept it for what it is. Now, you may be seated. If you're working from home, you're welcome to take this lying down. Just another few seconds just to get ourselves comfortable and to tune in and become more present in this space. If you're sat tall, make sure the spine's nice and straight. Okay, so really try and cultivate stillness now. And now, very gently, just withdrawing the awareness from the mindful check in, how the body's feeling. Let's just bring our attention now to our breath. Being mindful of the breath in the abdomen, expanding on inhalation and falling on exhalation. Breathing in and breathing out with full awareness. Breathing normally and breathing naturally, feeling the rise and fall of your belly. And this type of mindful breathing can really just help calm us down when we're feeling anxious, fearful, busy. So just be mindful very simply of the breath coming in and going out. If we find in the silences that our mind has wandered off, just compassionately, gently, make them note, wandering, and then come back to the breath, come back to the feeling of the belly rising and falling. Breathing in and breathing out with full awareness. Slowing our lives down, taking in one inhalation and one exhalation at a time. Breathing in and out, moment to moment. Now gently withdrawing the awareness from breathing, we'll shift our focus to a body scan, feeling into this body, our body, into sensations, thoughts, emotions, and acknowledging whatever is being experienced. As mindfulness practitioners are like internal observers, reporting what's going on inside objectively. So whatever it is that you're feeling in the body, in the mind, let's just acknowledge whatever is being felt. Just let it in and let it be. Now let's bring the awareness and focus to the soles of each foot. Getting to feel the heels, the bottom of the feet, the toes, the ankles. Feeling each of the feet up the ankles with awareness, just acknowledging whatever is felt in the body or potentially the mind. Feeling into the feet, into the ankles. Just let that awareness rise up now into each of the lower legs, the calves, shins, coming up to the knees. Feeling into the body with awareness. Now letting the awareness rise up from the lower legs and the knees into the upper legs, the thighs, hamstrings, quadriceps. Feeling the upper legs and feeling its connection to the hip joints, feeling sensations. And you may find that as you get to the hips, you realize as you're sat cross-legged that this may not be as comfortable as you hoped. Or maybe the mind is, or the body is demanding a lot of attention from the mind, but just try and separate those two. And then bring that awareness more deeply into the hips, into the pelvic girdle. Really feel into this area, its depth, its complexity. And whatever arises in this area, or perhaps at times in the mind and emotions, just acknowledging and letting be. Letting the awareness now travel into the tailbone. And then gently coming into the lower back, up the spine, into the middle, eventually into the upper back. Feeling sensations in the back with awareness and just letting be without judgment, however the spine is feeling. As we go through this body, we notice from time to time tension, tightness, achiness. And if we can allow any of these areas to soften, by all means, just let that happen. Use that gentle breath. It's also important to know that if we're unable to soften our practice, it informs us to just let us be. And that's the beautiful thing of meditation as we learn more about ourselves. So just continue to let whatever sensations ripple and resonate wherever they need to go. The same applies even to our thoughts and emotions, just letting them be. Feeling into the back with awareness, letting the awareness begin to rise up into each of the shoulders, the shoulder blades. And gently bringing the awareness down each of the upper arms into the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands. Feeling sensations from the shoulders to the fingertips and letting be. Withdrawing this awareness now from the shoulders to the fingertips and placing our attention to our belly, a great system of digestion. Feeling into the belly with full awareness, whatever sensations that may be felt, tightness, nervousness, just rightness, whatever's there, just acknowledging and letting be as we feel into our guts, into our belly with full awareness. Our second brain, if you like, is held in our guts. A lot of emotion, feelings, senses, our nervous system. It's a very powerful space. So just send love to this space and feel it with full awareness. Now letting this awareness rise up into the skin of our chest, our breastbones, to the sternum, the rib cage, and then feeling into the great systems of ventilation held in this space, our lungs, the circulation of our heart, feeling into the chest with full awareness and being mindful of whatever comes up in the body. Letting any waves of thoughts, emotions, sensations ripple and resonate wherever they need to go. Really feeling into the chest with full awareness. Now bringing the awareness from the chest back up to the shoulders again. If you feel yourself getting sleepy and drifting off, you're welcome to, but for the full benefit of the meditation, try and stay present. Try and keep your focus on my voice and try and follow the guidance to the best you can. Now letting the awareness from the shoulders and neck and throat come into the jaw joint. That dome marks that we're halfway through. So from the jaw joint, one of the most exercised joints in the body, home of communication, home of how we take in food, feeling into the jaw, into the mouth, into the teeth and tongue and letting be. Feeling into the cheeks of the face, into the sinus passages and the temples and the head, the forehead. Feeling into the eyes and the muscles around the eyes, feeling into the facial structure. Feeling into the top, into the back of the head, feeling these sensations and letting be. Feeling in through the ears, into the inside of the head, right into the brain. Fill the face and the head with full awareness. And just take a moment here. And gently connecting the face and the head with the neck and the throat, and with the shoulders, the arms, the hands, chest, belly, back, hips, legs, feet. Feeling the body as a whole from head to toe, fingertip. As we breathe in, feeling the body rising over so gently on an inhalation and falling on an exhalation. As we're feeling into this body and mind, we may at times continue to experience some anxious thoughts, worries, fears, busy mind, mental to-do lists. And there are times when we can use the practice of mindfulness, inquiry, investigation to discover potentially an underlying cause of our fears. If it appears that even after practicing the body scan and mindful breathing, that we're persisting with anxious feelings, bringing attention to those feelings themselves now, to acknowledge what's being felt, feeling into the fear. Bring gentle compassion to your body. And for the next few minutes, I just want you to just listen to your body, listen to your emotional body and physical. That's breath, sensation. And just feeling yourself as it is now. Feel the body very gently and delicately moving as you inhale and falling as you exhale. Just breathe in and out. In and out. Feeling the belly expanding as you inhale and falling as you exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Just staying present with each breath. In and out. And just like we're watching the breath coming and going, we can even begin in this last few minutes of watching the very thoughts we think, like watching clouds passing in the sky, like sitting at the edge of a river bank and just watching whatever is floating downstream. Beginning to observe the mind and even the thoughts of fear and nothing but passing mental clouds. Observing any fearful, anxious thoughts just as mental events that come and go. Being fully present with the mind, just thoughts, like any of the other senses of sight, sound, taste, smell, body sensations, all coming and going. Observing the mind, thoughts, noticing the ever-changing nature of thoughts, showing its impairments. Just coming and going, thinking. As we become aware of thoughts and the traps we find ourselves in that moment, we can become free, just thoughts. Breathe in, breathe out. Gently withdrawing our awareness from mindfulness of thoughts back to breath as we breathe in and out. Feeling the belly rise and fall. Now, for these last couple of minutes, as we begin to slowly bring this meditation to a close, let's just take a moment to remember all of those that are being challenged with these feelings of anxiety, living with fear, worry. That may not be us. So let us just extend our well wishes of healing, peace, and less fear to those people. Maybe take these moments to be with ourselves and show gratitude to ourselves for proactively turning up and giving ourselves that headspace to meditate, to better ourselves, to our friends, family, work colleagues, our careers, our ways of living with a more focused mind. Just another few moments, just thinking about that, being still. And then checking back in with ourselves like we did at the beginning of this session. To how we feel mentally, sensations in the body. Feeling the body move gently as you inhale and exhale. Just let everything be. For these final 20 seconds, really focus on staying as present as possible. Keeping the eyes closed. We'll spend one final minute with our eyes closed. But what I want you to do now is just completely let go of any focus, any trying, and just let the mind do whatever it wants to do. Let whatever thoughts you've been fighting to come in, notice those. And we're just going to take some deep breaths together. So when you're ready, take a deep, deep inhale. Slow exhale. 2 more like this through the nose. Take your next inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more like this, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one. And at the end of this exhale, you can gently open your eyes. Reach your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. If you're lying down or seated, maybe you interlace the fingers, push up nice and high. Have a little wriggle from side to side, moving nice and mindfully. Open the chest. Good, maybe you take some neck rolls, do whatever you need to do to just wiggle and work back into the body. If you were seated, stretch your legs out. Thank you so much for practicing today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed my voice whilst doing some coding. That's great. I hope the coding was successful. But yeah, if any of you have got any questions, I'll hang around for a few minutes. Otherwise, thank you so much. Join me again next week. Next week, there's going to be a little bit more silence. So we're really going to get used to being with ourselves a little bit more and trying to keep that focus without me prompting you. Music really helps with that, but silence can also be really, really beautiful. So thank you so much again. And you can join me on Thursday morning if you want to do some yoga at 7:30 for a 45-minute vinyasa. Maybe some of you were with me last night for Hatha yoga. It was a really nice class. But yeah, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy your lunch. I'm sure that's what you're off to do now. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.